Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally that time of year where I'm going to be doing my NFL season predictions. And really, let's just get to it. We're going to start off with the AFC East. Now, obviously, this division got a lot stronger in the offseason. The Jets are a completely new team. The Dolphins had their uprise last year, and the Bills are the Bills. So, with that being said, my fourth place team is the New England Patriots. And that doesn't really mean that they're going to be terrible. I just think everybody else is so good there. The Pats also had this Belichick-esque offseason where they got rid of every quarterback but Mac Jones. The defense is obviously solid. They're going to be running the ball a lot, even more so with Zeke now. But I just can't see them beating out any of these other three teams. Now, third place in this division is going to be the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek and Jalen Waddle might be the best wide receiver duo in the entire NFL, but Tua is such a huge question mark. We don't know how healthy he's going to be. Sadly, those head injuries might just get to him at this point. But again, that doesn't mean they're going to be bad. My runner-up in this division is actually the New York Jets, and I get everybody's hyping them up. Of course, they just brought in one of the best quarterbacks ever, but they're so unproven. The defense is amazing, I know. I expect Sauce, Quinn, and Williams, all those guys to have a big year, but we have no idea how the offense is going to pan out. It's looking like it's going to be great, but we don't really know. And that's the complete opposite for the Buffalo Bills. They've had some disappointing playoff runs, but they've consistently been at the top of that division. I feel like I trust Josh Allen and this Bills team more than I trust Aaron Rodgers and the Jets right now. So that's what I'm going for in the East. Okay, now for the North. This division honestly might produce 4 playoff teams. That's not the most unreasonable thing to say, but with that being said, I think bottom of this division is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Yes, Deshaun Watson's going to be playing a lot better than he did last year, most likely. Nick Chubb is a monster, there's no question about it. And of course, they have some really good defensive pieces, but again, it's just unproven. Like I said, Deshaun Watson most likely will play better, but we don't really know that yet. And last year, he sucked completely. I just have to put him fourth for now. Okay, so this might also come as a shocker, but I've got the Ravens at number 3. Tell me honestly, what are the odds that we see Tyler Huntley play for more than 3 or 4 games again? They're pretty high. Lamar hasn't stayed healthy in years. His new wide receiver buddy also can't stay healthy. They're gonna be great if everybody stays on the field. I just don't know the odds of that happening though, and I truly do not think they're better than 1 or 2 in this division. My second place team being the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so I know that I'm biased, right? I am a Steelers fan, but just hear me out. Our defense is consistently amazing. Last year was the first year in I think 4 or 5 seasons that we didn't have the most sacks, and that was because TJ Watt was out. Essentially, over the second half of the year, we went 7-2. That's pretty impressive, I think. And now this season, I don't want to hype up the preseason that much, but Kenny Pickett looked really good. George Pickens is probably going to become a bigger part of the offense. That's something that really disappointed me last year. I mean, we had this huge talent, and he was getting like 5 or 6 targets a game, whereas Deontay was getting like 11 or 12. And we definitely would have made the playoffs if TJ Watt stayed healthy all season. And that, of course, leaves the Cincinnati Bengals to go up top. I'd hate for this to happen in real life. I think my Steelers could honestly challenge them up there, but I feel like I shouldn't make my picks too outlandish. I feel like these are very true to what might actually happen. Okay, now for the AFC South, one of the most confusing divisions in the NFL. In fourth place, sadly, I have to go with the Texans here. I feel like CJ Stroud and Will Anderson will most likely develop really well, but the Texans are still the Texans. They're gonna need some years to complete the rebuild. And trust me, my heart wants to put them third. My third place team, the Titans, they haven't shown us much recently. Derrick Henry is of course Derrick Henry. He could go off for a career season right now in the same way that he could flop. The quarterback situation over there is pretty iffy too. They do have D-Hop, who's gonna really help whoever is the QB, but I just have to put them third. The runner-up in this division, to me, is gonna be the Colts. I'm most likely one of the biggest Anthony Richardson believers you're ever going to hear. I think he's gonna be amazing. Now, they do have that whole Jonathan Taylor situation. He's gonna be out for at least 4 games. I have no idea if he's really even gonna play, but just trust me here. Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman Jr., they're gonna have a huge connection. Believe in the Colts like I do. That, of course, means the Jacksonville Jaguars do win the AFC South. I mean, really, there's no surprise. The Texans and Colts are super unproven. The Titans are pretty meh. And the Jaguars, they even won a playoff game last year. Trevor Lawrence is amazing. Travis Etienne was super good last year too. Of course, they just got Calvin Ridley. That wide receiver group is actually so sick. And they have Evan Ingram. Defensively, they have some really good pieces. I just feel like they're gonna get even better. Trayvon Walker didn't really play like a number 1 pick last season. We might see a huge jump in his game this year, and that's gonna be the AFC South. So the AFC West, this might be one of the more predictable ones. At number 4, I do have the Raiders. Raiders. Jimmy G, he's really about as average as it gets. We don't know what the chemistry's like in that locker room. Devontae Adams could very well be mad that they got rid of Derek Carr. I'm really excited to see what Tyree Wilson can do on that Raiders edge across from Max Crosby. That's going to be a lethal duo, but I can't even put them over the Broncos, which says a lot, really. In third place, I do have the Denver Broncos. They, of course, had so much hype last year and completely disappointed. Russell Wilson just can't play that bad. There's no way he's going to play that bad. Jerry Jeudy also came up with an injury recently. That's going to be a huge blow for them. The defense was the strong point last season, and I don't really expect that to change. I think the Broncos do improve, but absolutely not in a way that sees them challenging the Chargers or the Chiefs. Yes, my number 2 team in this division is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert might be my favorite quarterback in the entire NFL, but he did disappoint last year. We can't forget about the Chargers' huge choke last year in Jacksonville. So as for the offense, I have no doubt they're going to be a powerhouse. They always are, or at least they always have been in the Herbert era. The defense is so good too. Derwin James is a monster. Joey Bosa is too. Asante Samuel. They have all these guys on offense and defense, but they can't put it together. I have a feeling this is the year they finally make a push in the playoffs, but I really doubt they top the Chiefs in this division. So yeah, obviously the Chiefs. We don't really need to talk about them. Patrick Mahomes is God. The wide receiver depth is questionable, but knowing them, they're gonna have drafted somebody and turn them into an 1,000-yard receiver. Travis Kelce is just superior to any other tight end by a huge margin. Give me the Chiefs at number 1 here. Alright guys, so those are my 100% correct predictions. I'm so insanely excited for the NFL season to start, and I do really believe that my picks are gonna turn out well. Like, I think I'm a straight god when it comes to picks. But yeah, that's gonna wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave your predictions down in the comments. You can say whatever you want, just don't say that I'm wrong, because I'm not. And I'll see you all in the next video.